everybody, it's Old School Nerd, and I now have the wonderful opportunity to talk to Prika from Nervosa about the new music, what's going on with them, and why are all the most terrifyingly awesome all-female bands only from Brazil. No, seriously, why is that? Why are all the female metal bands from Brazil so scary? Why are they so... Why is that? Do you know? I mean, you're in one, so I would think you would know.
Yes, man. I think it's the level of corruption and the difficulties in our country help us to have a little bit of anger, in us. And about to be females coming, a lot of females coming there. I think Brazil, it's the country in the world that has the biggest presence of women in metal there. You can see the crowd, it's pretty close to be half and a half. I'm very proud to come from there.
Awesome. All right, well, I know I kind of put you on the kind of a quick question and be like, wait a minute, why are we talking about aggressive women in metal in Brazil? Kind of out of nowhere, but everyone comments that every time I do reactions to metal bands, whether it be Crypta, Nervosa, there's a woman by the name of Violet Orlandi, who's also an artist from Brazil. They're all very dark and they're all very imposing. And I try to tell people, I was like, yeah, the music might be imposing and scary, but the people are just beautifully amazing people. And I'm sure that all of you are the same way. I have a question. I did a reaction to Seed of Death. And I don't know if you saw my reaction, but I mentioned how powerful the song was, yet how your drummer is literally playing the song. It looks like she's not even breaking a sweat. She's just, her arms are flailing, but she's just sitting there like, no problems. How good is your band? Because you guys seem like it's so incredibly powerful. Describe the sound of Nervosa.
Nice. I'm really happy to see that the people really likes the new lineup. Our drummer actually has a little bit of problem in the day that we recorded the video clip because she did a surgery in the eyes, so she could not move herself so much. That's why she's a bit serious and not shaking so much. She was not supposed to record the video clip, but it was already booked, and this surgery was last minute. It was something urgent that she has to make in her eyes, but everything was fine.
All right, number one, what an incredible boss level mood to say, I just had surgery, but I'm here. Putting through, but she made it look so easy. I was like, is she really like that all the time? Or it's just like, no problems. I mean, guys have a tendency when you get them in the drums, you've seen them. They're like animals, like they're trying to kill stuff behind the kit. And I'm noticing that so many of the bands that I enjoy, like, there's so many, okay, I'm in my 40s. So I grew up in the 80s. And in the 80s, we had no women in metal. Like maybe one, Vixen, and they had hair. It wasn't the same. But now, it doesn't matter if you're a woman, a guy, it doesn't matter what gender you are, where you're from, what color your skin is. If you can play, you can play. And it just seems like when I see bands like Nervosa, Crypta, Love Bites in Japan, the women are playing music that is far and above equal to anything anyone else is putting out. But it just seems more graceful. Why is that? Is it just, are women more musical than guys, or are guys trying too hard?
I think it's just a bit different vision, and way, because if we talk about the bodies, we are not the same as a man, like we have a different kind of texture in our body. The muscles are different. Everything, it's different. And I think the way that you feel the things are different as well. And actually, woman in metal, it's still a new thing, but I see this changing a lot. For example, all of these bands that you mentioned are bands that came from the last 10 years. So I think the future of the metal is in the hands of women, you know, really thinks that, because every day, day by day, we see many female bands coming and coming. And yes, and I think we play and we think and we compose a beat in a different way. And I think this is the point that makes the sensation to be a bit different.
I'll be honest with you. I have 3 daughters, so I'm a dad with 3 little girls. So as a dad, I always think of them as my little girls. But then when I see,
you're making a band or what?
Well, I hope not, because when I see bands like Nervosa and I see you, and it's a assertion, it's a power, it's a knowledge, it's a passion that growing up 40 years ago, 30 years ago, you didn't expect women to be able to do that. That was always, it's Slayer. It's, you know, it's the big dark bands that are a bunch of big dudes with big beards and tattoos. And then women show up and the music is exactly the same. And I show my daughters this and they're like, I'm like, hey now, don't scare your father. But I think it's amazing. It's one of my favorite things because I can look at them and go, you can do that. No one can stop you. They can do it, you can do it. And it's not just music, it's everything. Nervosa's new music. I did a reaction to Seed of Death, and right after this interview, I'm recording my reaction to Jailbreak. Okay, nice. What is your favorite thing about the new music on this particular releases, and what should we be looking out for, especially with Jailbreak?
I think now Nervosa has 2 guitars finally. Example was in our plan to put a second guitarist because Nervosa had 2 guitar in the past. And now finally we could make this happen, because before it was a bit difficult about the money thing and about the logistics and everything. But now finally, so this is, I think, is the highlight of the album. And also I think what has changed, it's about me singing now. And this is something that it's bringing something like excitement for me, you know, because I was used to play guitar, was composing for so many years, and then, okay, new challenge for you, so whoa. But it's super fun and I'm enjoying so much. So this is my 2 favorite things for this new album.
Is it almost like you had so much on your shoulders before, but where now, since you've got backup on guitar, you're like, well, now that there's 2 guitarists, I have a little bit of freedom. I can create, I can sing, I can share, and not have to, I get to sing. Yeah, you don't have to constantly, like you said, instead of just constantly composing, now you get to be an artist because you've got someone to help. You have that backup, and I think it does change I think it makes a fuller sound. I did a deep dive on some of the older Nervosa where you talked about how not having that second guitar, and there is something special where you can phrase them, where you can dual phrase guitars, and not just do it on the album, you can do them live, because now you have the ability to play with it a little bit more, because there's more elements to coordinate. So the new music is out. What about the next album? Can you tell us about the next album? What's the information on this?
Yes, look, this album, what we were most worried about and what we were working more, it's about the diversity of like many kind of metal with thrash metal. Thrash metal, it's our roots, it's our base for everything. So it's thrash metal, and then we have thrash metal with death metal, we have thrash metal with heavy metal, we have a thrash metal with punk, you know, we have a thrash metal with a power metal, we have thrash metal with a dark and black metal, and you know, this kind of thing. We were putting everything and mixing everything there, and we were having fun. Actually, the inspiration was coming and we were putting everything on the table and make something, you know. And also about the, yes,
I did enjoy how Seeds of Death did have some traditional metal in there, but it was still thrash metal, because that y'all are known for thrash, but it did have traditional structures in it. I was like, this is very well organized for thrash metal. And then someone told me that when I do this reaction with Jailbreak, it's going to be something else. It's going to be a higher, the tempo is going to be up, and it's going to seem and it's like, and then so someone said, everyone that listens to the new album is going to love it, because I think of it like a bag of candies, like Skittles, where once you open the bag, no matter, if you reach in, you could get a different color. You never know what flavor it's going to be, because y'all are literally y'all are just going on a journey. It's not the same thing. I'm a huge fan of thrash metal. I have been all my life. I love the speed. I love the aggression. But now you get to be a little artistic, be a little funky, be a little bit of dark, be a little, like you said, be a little punk, which is reckless. Yeah. So we're about to do Jailbreak. So so it's thrash for Jailbreak. What's the inspiration for that one?
The song Jailbreak example was inspiration from Motorhead and Judas Priest, inspired by motorcycles, of course, because it's a passion that me and Helena we have. And it's a party song, but an aggressive party.
There are some images that look like you guys are in the mosh pit. So I was like, okay, if we could just put our instruments down, we're going to go to the mosh pit. Keep playing the music. I got to go jump. Then it's a party. It is a party.
Yes.
And I guess you'll hear that kind of that revving of the motorcycle in the rhythm, in the tempo where it takes off. So we're going to definitely check that out. Okay. So what are the plans for the future for Nervosa for the rest of this year? What are y'all plans for this year? And what does 2024 look like? Have y'all thought about that next?
Yes, this year will be full of things. We released our new album now, and we have to promote. So we have a new lineup. We have many things new that we want to present to the entire world. And of course, example, now we have a tour coming in Mexico. We have 9 shows there. It will be 2 weeks. And then we have one festival in Germany, the Metal Hammer Paradise. Then next year, already start to put a kick, like in our back, like work. We start the year playing the 70,000 tons of metal. We have a tour in US coming right after. We have tour in South America. We have tour in Europe. We have a festival summer seasons in Europe. We have tour in Asia. So many things to do. But basically, it's this.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for y'all, because you bring out new sounds, new ideas, new creative freedom for you. And then you get to just throw it out with this brand new album, and then you get to share it with the world. And you start off on a boat. You go to Mexico, and then you go get on a giant boat. That's fun. There's a US tour, which I plan to go to. But yeah, I know. I'm pumped. I just love me some good thrash. But my thought process behind all of this, what I wanted to ask was, okay, you get to tour all over the place. You've been around. Where's your favorite place to tour to? Now, it doesn't have to be a specific country. You could say Europe. You could say South America. You could say North. Where's your favorite areas to tour, and why? What's your favorite thing, personally?
My favorite area to tour is Earth.
Perfect answer. No boundaries.
It's very hard. I can say like the highlights in each place, because it's very hard to choose just one, because it's a different kind of culture. It's a different way to enjoy. Example, Americas in general. I mean, North America, Central America, and South America. The people are more crazy and more warm. So we see more mosh pits. We see more stage diving, this kind of things is really crazy. I love to tour in Europe, because the people are really paying attention in everything and really watching, like really into like the music, they support a lot. They have like a amazing big amount of incredible experience in festivals, example. And also in Asia, it's another world,
It's like a completely different vibe.
Yeah, it's different planet.
But it's still
but
Earth. It's still Earth.
yes,
I think for
that's
me
why.
is, okay, European audiences, they are very technical. They want to know about the music. They're paying attention to the way it's composed, the way it's arranged. I think it has to do with that European metal. It's always structured and it always has to tell this elaborate story, and it all has to be like metalcore, and they're watching all the parts. The United States, they're probably doing that too, but we just stand there like this. Isn't that weird? I know, because we do this. We're like, this is America right here. Asia, they don't move really, but they will interact with whatever you're doing. If you do something and you want them, they're in. But it's a different vibe. To me,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. There is no greater metal audience on the planet, no matter what the band is, than a show in Sao Paulo. Period. No. And I'm not even kissing your butt. I'm not kissing Brazil's butt. I'm being serious.
It's my town, it's my home. Of course I will say that.
Well,
of course I will agree with you. Brazil is the best, but I love to play in everywhere.
I've never been there, but I've seen the videos.
Right?
I've seen the videos. I've seen Megadeth play at Sao Paulo, and literally Dave Mustaine go, I don't know what just happened. What happened? They just, I don't know what, like, he was shocked to play in the US and Europe and all over the world. His first show to Sao Paulo, he was like, we're coming back every year. This was over the top. And I think there was just a passion. There's a passionate people. It segues in the bands that come from there, like Nervosa. Okay.
Yes. And I think there is a different element because of that. Because, I mean, in US and Europe, the bands are touring every year and 2 times sometimes per year, you know. And Brazil, it's far away from everywhere. It's a poor country and it's very expensive to go there. So the bands are not coming every year. There are some bands that never came.
Yeah.
You know, there are some bands that like came in each 5 years, some bands in each 10 years. So when they come, it's a crazy thing. It's like, we don't know when we're gonna see them again. Oh, it's our last opportunity.
It's like the Pope. I mean, when is the Pope gonna come back? You don't miss the chance because you don't know when it's gonna happen again. But every band that goes there, they come back saying, I have never seen anything like that, because the people are passionate about music. So if you give them the opportunity, they're gonna go for it. All right. So on the new album, do you have a favorite song? Not every artist does. If you don't, that's okay. But
it's like ask, do you have a favorite daughter?
Okay. You know what? That is the best answer anyone has ever given to that question. I ask everyone the same question. What's your favorite song? Do you have one? You are the first person to go, okay, who's your favorite daughter? Can't do it. Can't do it. They're all so different, but I love them equally. So same thing with the music.
But I can say like the singles of the album are chosen by some reason. Not it's because of our favorite songs, but like when we start to do a list of what we want to show to the people, these songs win. So maybe we can go with that, you know, like, okay, Endless Ambition, Seed of Death, Jailbreak, and the next single that will be out in the end of the month.
Wow. All right. So we've talked about the music. We've talked about your freedom as an artist now that you have extra guitar backup, which is awesome. We've talked about the things coming up soon and the things that we can anticipate coming up next year. I have one last question for you, and it's a personal question. It's very, very simple. What is your favorite food on the planet and why? I'm a big foodie, so I have to know.
Lasagna, maybe.
Lasagna?
Yes, I love lasagna with a lot of cheese.
Okay, the
Brazilian
Parmesan
lasagna,
or that ricotta cheese on the inside?
the Brazilian lasagna, because example, the Italians ones, they know how to eat. They do the food for you. It's very tasty, and when you eat, you feel good. In Brazil, they don't care about you feel good. They want you.
Yes.
They want you to taste the most amount of cheese. Like lasagna in Brazil, the cheese on top is like this size. This size. It's like, wow. You know, you eat one piece and you die after. And this lasagna that I'm talking about it.
You know, it's a lasagna where they go, it's gonna be the best lasagna you ever ate while you're here. What happens to you after? We don't care. But it
Exactly.
is,
It's the pleasurement. The consequence is another thing.
you're gonna hurt later, but while you're here, you're gonna love this. Sounds like a metal show. Okay, so Brazilian lasagna is very metal. That's awesome.
Yes. The day next, you feel the pain of the mosh pit, the head banging, you know?
Hey,
It's basically the same.
what?
It's basically the same.
Oh, yeah.
Lasagna,
Yeah, anything
mosh pit.
Brazilian and metal, they go hand in hand. It's about passion and power and
pain.
and pain. And when you're over, and the next morning you're like, what happened? What did I do? Yeah, that's good. That's how you can compare them. Prika, thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited. And now we're going to do our reaction to Jailbreak. And with that, is there anything you want to tell all the metal fans that are excited about the new Nervosa music? Please do so. This is your time.
I just would like to say thank you so much for all the support, you know, and for all the amazing and big amount of comments and reaction about these new songs and new era of Nervosa. I really miss words to thankful enough, you know, the people, mainly for me as a person, because now I'm a singer of Nervosa. In the beginning, it was super hard for me. I was really feeling insecure, and I didn't know what to expect from myself. And after of this great feedback, you know, and support, I'm really feeling like a huge happiness. And thank you so much. We are working very hard to bring many things and to go on tour in maximum places as possible. So I really hope to see all of you that support and like Nervosa very soon around the world. And thank you so much again.
And when you come to the US, I will be there. I will find the show closest to me, and you will see me like this.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not like that. Yeah, that'd be weird. But I gotta go. So we're gonna end the interview, but I have to go run and grab a bag of Skittles so I can give them an object lesson when we do the next video. And I'm gonna pull a different Skittle every time out of the bag for all the videos you guys put out, because it makes sense to me. Absolutely. Miss Amazing Prika, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right there. Big thank you to all my Patreons out there. We appreciate everything you do. If you want more content like this video, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.